Welcome back, everybody. You may know her for a number of things, like starring in the show Gotham.
Yeah, hit movies, or for her longtime marriage to Will Smith. But Jada Pinkett Smith is also the host of a show on Facebook Watch. It's called Red Table Talk.
The show is back for another season, and she had the chance to sit down with Demi Moore and her daughters. It's their first interview together since Demi Moore's memoir was released.
We are so happy to welcome Jada Pinkett Smith to Better. Thank you for being
nice.
Well, and I want to get to the Demi Moore interview, but that's really this format. I mean, how Scott just opened up to you, I think that's what we see when, if you haven't watched on Facebook yet, you're at this red table. It's the Red Table Talk, and it's a little more raw, a little more intimate. Tell us a little bit about the show.
Well, it's a show with my mother and my daughter, so it's 3 generations of women at the red table to just talk about different issues from a 3-generational perspective. So the Demi Moore show is really special because she comes with her 2 daughters. So we are actually talking to another family of women from various generations and talking about addiction and how that pain that's transferred from parent to child. And so Demi Moore, she is the child of an addict. I am also a child of an addict. We've grappled with our dependency issues and our own issues of addictions, and now we are looking at how we were affected by parents and how we as parents are affecting our children. And it was a really deep, healing, a lot of revelations that we had at the table. And I really do think it's one of those cornerstone episodes for RTT.
You know what you wrote also, Jada, when there's a lot of love, there is always a path towards healing. And, you know, having watched some of the show and the clips, you offer a sense of love on that show so that you get people to open up, which I think is remarkable.
Yeah, and, you know, there's always, whenever there's that foundation of love, healing is always possible. And that was one of the things that I got to see with Demi and her daughters. There's so much love there, you know, and even with Demi and her mother. And it just brought me to understanding the deep love between my mother and Willow, just in this process, how that love has been the greatest support in healing our relationship between the 3 of us.
Mm.
Well, and just that you're talking about the fact that, you know, we look on social media and everything's all pretty, but these are real issues. Mother-daughter relationships can be complicated, and you sort of allow for the problems to be there, and yet you can still have the love when it's not picture perfect.
Absolutely, and I think that I'm hoping that that's what people take away from this episode is that nobody comes from perfect families. We all have, you know, complicated dynamics within our families, but that doesn't mean that you don't have a loving family. It just means that we have to acquire the skill set in order to brush off all the crap that sometimes might be covering up that love.
Yeah, absolutely. Well
you know what
said.
I mean? That's just real talk, you know?
Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much. We ran
wish
out of
we
time,
had more
but-
time.
Yeah.
We wish we had more time. Jada Pinkett Smith, you're terrific. Continued success with the show.
And you can
Thank you
watch
so
the
much.
interview with Demi Moore and her daughters on Red Table Talk right on Facebook Watch. You'll find it right on your Facebook page.
Have a great day, everybody. I
See you
love
tomorrow.
her.
Yeah, she's
I want to
great.
talk more to her.
We can go on Facebook Watch and interact.
All right.